What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of The Mask, and we are here to talk about the latest installment of the Halloween franchise, Halloween Kills. Your boy Michael Myers is back in action. And for those of you that don't know about the film or the franchise or Michael Myers, you must be living under a rock. But he is literally one of the OGs when it comes to killing white folks in suburban areas. That is who he is. That is how he is known. And yeah, the latest film came out, and because it is going to be Halloween, or close enough to Halloween when this video drops, I thought it's only right that I do Halloween Kills. So, Michael Myers is still alive, even though the events of the previous movie, it looked like he had finally met his fate. But like any true killer, he found a way to live. And he did it in glorious fashion. The opening scene alone, when he's in that burning house and he gets busy and he does what he does, absolutely beautiful. It almost brought a tear to my eye. Let me not lie to you. The rest of the people that were involved, they had blood in theirs. But Michael was actually amazing to watch. In case you haven't noticed, I really enjoyed this film. I won't give away the premise too much, but overall, if you're going for just a good, violent masterpiece, then this is what this film is. Don't go in there looking for story, don't go there looking for plot, because at this point, there is no plot left to do. So, with this movie, essentially, the town has now become tired of the legend and being in fear of Michael Myers. They have come to the conclusion that they will no longer be terrorized. He has done absolute crud for over 40 years. Well, technically, he kind of had his killing spree 40 years ago because it was like in 1970 something when he basically went around killing all the people in the town. And now, 40 years later, he has returned. And a lot of the people that were either kids or younger are all grown up and they are under the notion that this is their time and they're going to take it back from Michael and they will not be bullied and they will not be intimidated anymore. So the movie really deals with that. It deals with the whole mob mentality and how you can have the best of intentions and still end up doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff. But they are under the general premise of we will stop Michael. Now, Michael is literally just trying to go home. That's the one thing what this movie kind of showed and illustrated, that he's a very one-track mind. Everything that you thought you knew about Michael before, all the grand motives of why he did what he did, and he's supposedly going after Laurie Strode. That's her character's name. Laurie Strode. And for all these years, they've kind of made it seem like there's an unbreakable bond between the two, or a very deep connection. But in this film, it just kind of tells you, like, no, Michael is moving in a straight line and he's going back home. He just happens to kill anything and anyone that gets in his path and he's going down that straight line. And Laurie's house just happened to be in his path 40 years back. And so this big connection that has been created over the years doesn't actually exist. Well, in Michael's mind, she is literally just another victim. There's no deep connection. Well, for her, she feels like, Michael is her Moby Dick, the great white whale that she has to slay. And so it's very interesting to kind of look at that dichotomy within the narrative. But a lot of stuff happens here. A lot of killings happen. I don't want to ruin it again, but this is what I will say. Michael Myers is a man of Very few words. When I say few words, I mean no words and all action, because that's all he does. He is action and it's on site. If you are walking, breathing, he is on you and he does not disappoint. This is basically the best Michael has looked. In the previous movie, I felt that they kind of humanized him too much. They made it look, or they showed that he was a man, and that kind of took me away from the whole mystique of Michael. In this movie, they strip away the humanity and they tap into what Michael is, a force of nature. He is the epitome of death, and I loved every moment of it. A couple of people didn't die in this movie that I thought should have, but like I said, I cannot ruin it for people. But honestly, Michael really is just out here, just getting busy. And like I said before, I'm all the way here for it. The town decides to gather at one point, and they decide they're gonna hunt Michael down. This is the one thing which I will say about this whole town. Every single one of them deserve what they got, because they were not moving with any tactic, and they were literally breaking their own rules. And if you remember what happened in Scream, if you break the rules, you die. So I had absolutely no qualms with what happened with some of these people. A couple of deaths did throw me for a loop, I won't lie, but it was very enjoyable seeing certain people die in absolute gory fashion. And that's one thing that this movie does not shy away from. It's not extremely gory, but it's just very visceral. And there's like a savageness and a primitive aggression about this movie that just kind of catches you, which I really did enjoy. Laurie, aka German Lee Curtis, is barely in this movie. That's one thing I will say. She spends half her time like in hospital on a freaking sick bed. So any Jamie Lee Curtis fans, this ain't really for you. But everything else, top notch. The ending, crazy. That's the one thing which I will say. The end of this movie let me know that Michael Myers goes down in the history books as one of the greatest to ever do what he has done. If Black Force energy, if Black Air Forces was made into a person, it is Michael Myers. This man is the king of Air Forces. If those of you that don't know what Black Air Forces are, don't worry about it. But anyone that knows what a Black Air Force is, when I say that Michael Myers is the very embodiment of a Black Air Force, they know what I mean. And that's what he was. He was a Black Air Force. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. So, my rating for the film, for what it was, for what it gave, I would definitely give this an 8 out of 10. No debate. I can't wait for the third and I hope the final installment, which is meant to be Halloween Ends. When that drops next year, we shall do it again. But those were my thoughts and my opinions. Please let me know what you thought in the comments. And also, like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel grow. And I appreciate everybody that has helped thus far. Keep rocking with me, my Masketeers. We shall party in the masquerade. And I will see you next time. Peace.